Now it's time for baking with Mother. Today we are making red velvet cupcakes.
Welcome to this week's video where we're making red velvet cupcakes. I've decided to make use of the ingredients as much as possible to double up the recipe to make 24 cupcakes. I've increased the frosting ratios as well to use the whole tub of cream cheese, which will save wasting the last bit. So the first thing you want to do is line your bun tin. As you can see, I've used red until I ran out, then I've used yellow, and the other tin has orange and yellow. So our first step is to put our butter and sugar into our mixer. There's the butter. Get that bit as well. And lots of lovely sugar. I have calorie counted the ingredients for these. If you do want to know, you'll have to let me know. Okay, we will then mix that until it's light and fluffy. So I think that's just about done now. As you can see, scrape that off. As you can see, that has come together nicely there. So the next thing we have to do is turn the mixer to high speed and slowly add our beaten egg. So I will do that now. Turn that up. That has now all been beaten in. So we just scrape off the beater so that it's all in the bit mixed. Right, now our next stage to do is in a separate bowl we have to mix together the cocoa powder, the red food colouring, which I've already squeezed out, and the vanilla. So we're going to add in the cocoa powder, and then we're going to add in our vanilla. So obviously where I've doubled things up, it's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. Make sure to get every last bit off the spoon. I think that's as much as we're going to get. No, maybe get one more drip. Come on. We got it. Okay. Okay. So now we need to mix this. Now I've only made these once before, and this did take a while to mix, and then suddenly it went into a lovely thick paste. It's just a case of keep going with it, and then suddenly it will go. So obviously, with me making double the amount, there will therefore be 2 lots of cupcakes up for grabs this week. So if you would like them, please just let me know once this video is live. Also, if you want anything else baked, I can bake in between videos. I made another cake for a lady last week. So that's a couple of times now I've baked outside of the videos, and I'm quite happy to do it. It's all money for the charities. Okay, just making sure get all of that cocoa powder and food colouring mixed in. As you can see now, we have a very lovely thick paste. So we'll pop that to one side, and then we add this to that. So we'll get as much as we can in with the spoon, and then we're going to use the spatula. Just to get it all off the spoon. Spoon's as clean as it's going to get. I was surprised how easily the red food colouring came off of like the bowl and the spoon and everything. I thought it might stain, but it didn't seem to. Let's get the last bits in. That lovely. It does recommend that you use the Dr. Here. This food colouring, so if you can get hold of that one, you need 20 grams or 20 mils for 1 batch, or 40 for 2. So they only hold 15, but it's not 15 when you actually weigh it out. So you'll need, you won't use quite 2 for 1 batch. Right, I'm going to pop that in the washing up bowl to soak that colour off. Me as well. We don't want red hands the rest of the day. So we're gonna mix until evenly combined and coloured. So we'll set that going to mix. Okay, that is all evenly mixed. They've got a lovely deep purple coloured mixture, as you can see on the beaters there. So the next stage now is we have to turn the mixer to slow and pour in half of the buttermilk, and then beat that, and then add half the flour, and then do it again. So the other half, and then the other half. So we all do that. The last bit of flour in now. And once you've put both lots in, scrape away from the edges to make sure that there's no flour or buttermilk stuck to the sides and not incorporated. It's also a good idea to scrape the bottom as well, just to make sure that everything's all being mixed together. once you've scraped your sides and the bottom, give it a quick stir around just to double check that it's all kind of mixed together within there and you can't see any dry flour anywhere. Scrape off your scraper. Scrape off anything off the beaters so that as much as possible the mixture is in the bowl. When you're happy with that, we're then going to set it going again on a high speed until it's nice and smooth. Put that in there to see the surface, something it says. And we have a nice smooth even texture, so we're going to do that now. So I'm happy that is now a nice smooth mixture. I'll just show it to you very quickly. Can you see that? Let's just get that bit off so it doesn't drip off. You can see maybe from there, but I'll show you the bowl as well. You can see now how you have a lovely silky smooth mixture. You can see a little bit more needs mixing in there, so that will, I'll do that quickly just by hand. Again, you need to just at this point scrape the edges, make sure everything is all together, even though it looks lovely and silky. So now our last step is we have to turn the mixture on, so I'll just scrape this off. So turning the mixer on to slow speed. Also you can use a handheld mixer if you don't have a freestanding one like I do. So I'm going to turn that on to slow speed and we're going to add our bicarbonate of soda and salt. Then we're going to add our white wine vinegar. So we've got 3 teaspoons of white wine vinegar because we've doubled it up from the 1.5. So we're going to add that in now. That's 1, 2, 3. We're going to mix this well to get that all incorporated. That is now done. We'll turn that down. At this point you may smell vinegar. It's very odd to me to put salt or vinegar into a cake, but it come out well. I don't know exactly what they do. I assume they bring out the flavours. If anyone knows what salt or white wine vinegar does to a cake, let me know. So yeah, scrape all the mixture off your beaters because you're going to want all of it. Yep, get it all off. I'm going to put these straight into the washing up liquid. Right, so we're going to get our mixture. Now we've got the tin off, we can get a better scrape of the sides. So just do that. And again, check the bottom of the mixing bowl. There's nothing stuck there that isn't mixed properly. When you're 100% satisfied that it's all mixed, you're ready to do your tin. So get your tin with your cupcake cases. And I like to use my ice cream scoop for this. So you want to about 2/3, 3/4 of a scoopful. Seems nice to do it. A bit too much, take it out. So just fill all your cases. Right, so here we have the first 12 and the second 12, all filled evenly, or as evenly as you can do it. These then go in the oven at 170 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes, or until a skewer comes out clean. So I shall do that now. Alexa, start a 20-minute timer.
20 minutes.
Okay, the timer is just about to go off and we can get them out and have a look at them. So we'll just let the last few seconds go. There we go. Alexa, off. Here's our first tray. It's there for a minute. And here's our second tray. Shut the oven, turn it off. Take our skewer. So take our skewer, pick one. I will normally try and pick the biggest one. That one looks nice and big. As you can see, perfectly clean skewer. So they are done. We will now leave those to cool and then we'll come back later when they're cooled to do the cream cheese frosting. So I'll see.
And now for the cream cheese frosting.
Okay, so now that the cupcakes have cooled, we can get on with making our cream cheese frosting. So you've seen the ingredients that you need to make this. So we start by adding the butter that's room temperature. So do make sure to allow it to come up to room temperature before you start this. And then all the icing sugar, we can get ready for that icing sugar cloud that we always get. All that icing sugar and butter in the mixer. If you're thinking about getting a freestanding mixer, one that has this kind of lid, I have to say, would be the best. And let that mix until it has all come together. Okay, so that's just about done now, so we'll turn that off. And you've got a kind of dry, sandy consistency almost. I'll show you what we've got. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite kind of dry still. Now the next bit you have to do is to add the full 150 grams of cream cheese, which you must leave in the fridge until this point, because it needs to be cold. So get your cream cheese, the full 150 grams, and add it in one go. And pop that in the washing up bowl to be washed up, ready to be recycled. And I'll pour it all in with a little bit of like water on the top, so I'll make sure that that didn't get lost. So you put the entire thing in, make sure to get it all out, especially all the corners. Use your beaters to scrape off the spatula. Once you're happy that you've got it all out, you can then wash that pot up to be recycled. So that then gets beaten until it's totally incorporated on a slow speed. That's all incorporated now, so we're just going to make sure that there's nothing stuck to the sides or the beater here. Give it a quick scrape round. There's lots of the dry mixture at the bottom, so we're just going to make sure it's all mixed together. It will now have at least 5 minutes, or about 5 minutes, on high speed, but don't do too long because it can go thin and liquidy quite quickly, so do keep an eye on it. It's not something you can set going and leave. And now I've got that all there. You can stop it halfway through if need be and re-scrape everything off from the edges. But once you've made sure it's all incorporated, you put it onto a high speed. So that's our timer just going off. Alexa, off. So I put a 5-minute timer on my Alexa just to make sure I did it for at least that amount of time. So we now have a lovely creamy cream cheese frosting. So we're just going to scrape it all off the beaters. Don't want to lose any. Obviously I adjusted the amount slightly to make use of the entire pot of cream cheese because I don't use it for anything else, but obviously you can do the original amount, which is on the recipe. Put that in the washing up. So I'm going to use my small ice cream scoop, which is a lot smaller, just to put an amount on the cupcake. I'm then going to use a knife just to smooth that out, so just smooth it round and cover the whole cake. You can use a piping bag and a nozzle if you prefer, because I haven't doubled the cream cheese mixing, I'm just going to use this method for today. I've then got, this is optional, I've got some pink like sugar, so I'm just going to put a tiny sprinkling of that on the top, just to, I was looking for red but I couldn't find red, so I've only got pink. And there you have your decorated cupcake. Just repeat that on all your cupcakes and then you'll be done. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you would like them. I have 2 lots, so let me know. See you next week.
And there we have it. Thank you for watching this video, if indeed you still are. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, please drop us a like and subscribe. Check back soon for our next video, and if you have any suggestions, please pop them in the comments or email me directly on bakingwithmother@gmail.com.